We don't see a lot of joy in anything right now in careers. We see a lot of pressure. We see a lot of stress-related deaths. We see a lot of cortisol bellies in both women and men. We see a lot of high fluctuating hormones and high temperatures. We see a lot of blame and shame, and I was under pressure and I was under a regime, so I had to do what I had to do, and I made decisions because I had 30 seconds to make them. And we would say that if you fit into any of those, you're not in alignment unless you are trying to be a bolt of lightning here on Earth. And we do make light of it, but fast decisions lead to chaos long-term on Earth. And so if people can learn to float like clouds and embody careers and lifestyles that allow you to be a form that changes with the weather, with the seasons, absorbs moisture, lets that moisture out, and brings joy to people, and just literally thinks more about themselves and decisions that are made by bringing in the wisdom from other forms of energy that is here on Earth to help you. If we went slightly back to the old kind of civilizations where they did have oracles and where they did have people that they went to advice for without shaming and blaming and saying astrology is full of made up stuff and so is this and so is that, and all tarot readers must be evil, and all this sort of stuff, and divination is terrible and they only read tea leaves on Hogwarts. If we started to bring that respect back in, to take time, to take downtime, and to actually have holidays and structure our society so that people have time to pause, we would reduce suicide, and we would reduce stress, and we would reduce the form of heaviness that we see incarnated in human beings in their body, and we would see less of the need to have healers so stressed out and empaths continually imbibing energy from other people. For the human form is not meant to be ginormous. We know what the medical ideal of a human being is, and when you have a look at some of the other, we won't call them species, but that's the only word that came to her mind right now, forms of energy, maybe have a look at the Pleiadians or whoever they are very respectable. She would use the words muscular, beautiful, framed, and that's not to talk down to anybody's body frame who is not that, but they are efficiently processing their energy, and they don't store it in their muscles or their tissues. They don't need, what's that word that she saw? Fascia release, to release the trauma from their skin. So we see, dear April, we're sorry that this has been quite a large, almost regurgitation of information for you, but you did ask a very broad and multifaceted question. And so we hope that the people who are listening today to this transmission do see the way forward for humanity is to stop and to pause and to say, how are you feeling? What is the load like on you? Where is the joy in your life? How can you teach your children to find the joy? How can you teach the children to ask other people for information, to question it, to not just regurgitate the curriculum, to design new pathways and new careers where you do things that put you in joy and you can see it, it resonates from people. And so we don't get legions of artists who chop off their ears because they never sold a painting while they were incarnated. We get buildings that are built quicker because they use technology that has had the consciousness working with it from a higher being, from a civilization that knew about architecture, that helped use that and embody it into the software and the frameworks, so that we get a class of human beings who is inspired and joyful. And that is how we would know if somebody was resonating at a soul level where the career was the focus, because these kinds of souls feel, excuse me, sorry, she's got energy trying to come through, very constricted when they don't seem to be achieving what they wish to achieve